Star Citizens, and welcome to another Star Citizen Nightly. So, we're just gonna hop right into it because we actually have a decent amount to talk about today. So, the first thing is we had an ISC, and that ISC had a few things in it. So, let's go over the few things that were in it. First, let's hop over to our screen. All right, so in ISC, it was a focus on the teams, which it actually makes sense for them to start focusing on the teams. I mean, they've focused on teams before, but this time it makes a lot of sense for them to like hyper focus on the team because they're going into, release 4.0, 1.0 and all that stuff. So it makes sense for them to try to get these folks' names out there. So we had Alberto Petronio, lead concept artist. I'll put these up on the screen. Maybe they should be up. Put the people up on the screen just so we have like a little thing of like, putting these folks in the spotlight. Samuel Brito, concept artist. Alexei Kamsov, lead weapon artist. Talon Hogan, weapon artist 2. Ben Johnston, weapon artist 2. Joel Phelps, senior weapon artist 2. Kieran Rogers, associate producer 2. Jordan Davies, principal animator. And then the one we all know and love, Ben Curtis. Not that we don't love the other ones. We just may or may not have met you before. I don't know if I've seen any of those folks up on stage at CitizenCon or anything like that. So maybe we have met them, maybe we haven't. And I don't know what Jordan Davies looks like. So there it is. All right. But we also had a few other things. We had some new rifles. We had the P8. I think this was the P8. And then we had the Volt. And then we had the Pyro SMG. And then we had the crossbow. So these are not necessarily coming anytime soon, but I guess it's just showing you what they're working on. My guess would be that these would be in the 4.0 patch. If that would just make sense. I don't know why they would show stuff right now that's not going into the 4.0 patch. But yes, I am so excited for the crossbow. I'm excited for the P8. I don't know if I don't really care about the pyro thing, but I do. The Volt seems interesting. I know it's gonna be like a charge shot thing, and you're gonna be able to upgrade it and stuff. But I'm mostly excited for the crossbow, just because like the bolts are supposed to stick in the wall, and you can grab it out, put it back in, shoot it again. I don't know if you'll have to like recharge them or something, but I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, that was pretty much the entire ISC. Make sure you stay to the end of the ISC because there's a cool little scene, and it involves Pico, and it is really cool. I think it's actually a recreation of a scene from a very famous movie in the 80s or 90s. So yeah. Anyway, to the news. So this person was asking about ship flight and Atmo, and basically some ships seem to fly better than others while in atmosphere, specifically the left-right movement. While flying at speed, for a ship like the RSI Aurora, I would expect its Atmo flight to not be as good as a ship that has wings. So basically just asking questions about ship Atmo. You can pause and read it yourself here. But basically they're just saying that these are all things that they are considering and tuning and working on this year. So if you are wondering why your ship that has very amazing wings don't fly well in atmosphere, it's because they're working on it still. So my guess is you'll be looking at a 4.0 patch for that, especially if they're saying it's coming this year. So we'll see. So this is more updates on the ISC. All it is just saying we are looking at your situation. Is there an IC post? Basically, again, reiterating, if you have a situation, make sure you write an IC post, issue council. And then here we have another one. They explained that somebody was using a release candidate version of the launcher that's still 2.0.0. That RC code is what lets you know that it's a release candidate. So if you are using an older version of the release, the RSI launcher, then you're probably gonna have some issues with it. So just beware that if you want to stick with an older model, it might have more issues because it's not gonna have the bug fixes of the newer version. So if you're having issues with older model, try updating. So okay, I guess this one, it was like a tech preview for like playtest meshing efficiency, and I guess they got rid of it. Let's see if we can find that. Let's see if we can find that. You know, sometimes they delete stuff. It says, hey, ya Star Citizen tester, starting today at 7, we will be running a 2 to 5 hour play test depending on new hardware stability on the tech preview. So it's something that we missed. If you didn't catch it, that's why they took it down, because they didn't want to confuse people. It was a 5 hour play test. So even more reason to check, CIG's website all the time and, see like what's going on there, just on Spectrum or whatever you want to check it on. All right, so this one says, looks like so I think this was the they're referring to the ISC weapons team thing. Looks like a fun bunch. Thanks for the great FPS weapons. Don't ever change the S71. Also, I want the scope to come on it more often. And when are we getting flashbangs? Also, beam weapons are cool. Please have enemy NPCs drop more attachments of different sizes. Flashbangs when? Contemporary gadgets like these are the ones we are looking to deliver first. You heard it here. 4.0 flashbangs, baby. And then they said, they talked about them in the last FPS Star Citizen Live, I think that is. So then I think they mentioned here, they say some very fun sneak peeks. Very excited for the P8AR to get out there, as it's my favorite type of AR to use in FPS games. It actually reminds me of the ACR, which is like a real weapon. I don't remember who makes it, but I know it's called the ACR. Which is a really cool looking weapon. So that's the same thing we just looked at. I don't know what this is. Oh, should the crossbow have glint? It could be silent and dangerous if not glint. Maybe the sound of pulling back the bow should make a loud klaxon sound to alert people of the impending danger. And he said, be careful what you wish for. Oh, okay. So do we want the cows to have sniper glint? I don't want a crossbow to have glint. It's kind of supposed to be like a silent weapon, right? Like I know this is like they're joking and stuff, but like please make sure the crossbow is a silent weapon, please. Like please. All right. And then it says cave copians already do this with their eyes. Fun fact. So again, more jokes. I think that was pretty much it for the news today. The biggest thing was that ISC. It's really cool to actually meet these teams that are actually doing this stuff. So if you have some time and you actually want to meet the people behind the game you love, go and check that out. That's part of why I featured them here, because I know like maybe a lot of people don't have the time to go and watch that entire 20 whatever minute video. So I just popped their face up on the screen here to be like, yo, CIG, you're doing your thing. And yeah, that's all I have for news today. I will see you in the next one. Peace.